guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Justice League Dark, issue 24. Before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a little update. Of course, I got Comic Uno episode 19, which is a show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show, so that'll be annotated. And here are the exclusive comics for that show. Pretty Deadly, issue 1. Superior Carnage, issue 4. Oh, okay. Daredevil, issue 32. Red Lanterns, issue 24. Green Team, issue 5. And Teen Titans, issue 24. So if you want to go check out those reviews, go to Comic Uno, episode 19, which is annotated. But let's talk about Justice League Dark, issue 24. It's a glossy cover, which I love these, because it is a Forever Evil tie-in, and $3.99, so they love giving us glossy covers, which, again, I really like these type of covers, because it makes me feel special. So, let's see. Cover is pretty cool. You know, I usually don't pick up this series, but I was picking it up during Trinity War, and it was Forever Evil tie-in, so I was like, alright, let's give this a try. So, really cool cover. I like the art for this. Nothing else I can really say about it. It's pretty generic, but we get to see the looming of the Secret Society, and then we get the Justice League Dark. They're attacking him. You know, Constantine, who's the main character of Justice League Dark, or this issue also. And that's it. That's all that happens here with this cover. So let's see what's going on with the story. I do like the cover, though. It's pretty good art, but again, just kind of generic at the same time. Alright, so in this issue we get to see Constantine's in this house. And this house is talking to him, and I will talk about where this is referencing to. It's actually a reference to a movie, but I'll talk about that after. And also, if you guys didn't know, this is the first part to Forever Evil Blight. At least it seems like it. I think this is the first part. It's like an 18-part series of all these comics I'm not reading. So, this is more connected to Justice League Blight than it is Forever Evil. Yeah, Constantine's stuck in this house. It seems like, kind of like if you read Justice League America, it seems like this is consciousness after Pandora's box, and after he gets defeated by the Secret Society. So he's kind of stuck in his own mind. He doesn't really know what's real. He looks at the failures of the world, the sin of the world. He's like, alright, Secret Society taking over. It kind of makes sense now. So we get to see kind of that glass half empty feeling of Constantine, and you learn a little bit more about the character through that. He's just trying to find his teammates too, because he doesn't know exactly where his teammates are, but this woman from Phantom Stranger, Asa, actually tricks Constantine, pretends to be Zatanna, and she wants to help Constantine for some reason, because she's a healer. So it has to do with Swamp Thing, actually. So we're seeing a connection with Swamp Thing. I think he's supposed to join Justice League Dark, so I guess that's the reason why. So we get to see this connection with Swamp Thing. This issue had nothing to do with Forever Evil. It did have references to it, but really had nothing to do with it that much. And for me, that was a disappointment, because I don't really like Constantine that much. I've just never been a fan of his character. I've tried his character before. I read his own series with the Trinity War tie-in. I'm reading this. It's okay. For Constantine fans, I think you're gonna like it. It's not a bad story. It doesn't make me interested in the character either. He's just so doubtful. He's like, sin. But that's his character. He's so connected to the dark. But it doesn't mean I have to like it. So, it's very much, again, him looking into the doubtfulness of the world. And that's pretty much what happens. Nothing really gets, you know, progressed in this issue. So, I didn't really love it, again. The art was pretty good. One thing I love was this first scene. Constantine is just, like, waking up, and the way his eye movements are, I love that. So, I do like the first page, and the art, again, is pretty cool. So, again, it's not the best art I've seen, but it's pretty cool art for this series. So I can't really have any complaints about the art. But, now, again, going back to that reference to the movie, just feels like The Haunting. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like in the 1960s. It's about this woman who joins kind of like a science experiment at this house. And, again, I have to kind of explain it just that way you have the idea of why this fits that movie so much. And they also made like a remake of it like in 2000 something. But anyways, it's about this woman. She doesn't have a life outside of, you know, of the world. So she goes to this house it's a haunted house, and the scientist, he brings other people, like this woman named Theo and this other scientist who Yeah, so there's a lot of people going in the house. There's about like 4 of them. And this girl just goes crazy. She thinks that the house is calling her. She belongs here. So this kind of fits the Constantine story where it's like, oh, and he actually mentions it a lot too. He's like, the house is calling me. Oh, what is the house bringing me now? And it seemed like that movie so much. I think they were referencing it because there's this, and what really made me think of this movie also was this room. This room had a statue in it in The Haunting. It was a creepy room, but it was like this garden-like room. So I'm like, they have to be referencing that movie. So if you guys have seen the movie, or just like type in like YouTube The Haunting trailer and tell me if you think it's similar. Yeah, because I thought this was like a direct reference to it. But the one problem with this reference is that I didn't understand why they were using it. It just felt like, oh, well, I saw The Haunting the other day. Let me put in a Justice League of Dark comic. So I thought it was a really weird reference. So if you guys want to explain that, I like the reference because I've seen the movie before, but I also was confused by the reference. I didn't really understand how to fit. So I have to give this a 3.5. It was okay. I don't think it was bad, so I would say pick it up if you're a Constantine fan. If you're not, you really don't have to pick this one up. And I'm probably not going to pick up Justice League Dark because I'm not reading the Blight series. The only comic I'm reading that even connected to the Blight is Pandora. And I'm willing to drop that series for that whole Blight segment. Yeah, so I wouldn't pick this up if you're not really following this series. But if you are, I think you might like it because it's pretty much continuing from that series. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Unknown, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Unknown and the Rant Situation. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.